Hello. Let's see if this works. A little bonus stream. Let's see if my audio sounds okay. Cool. So, I played apparently 6 hours and 35 minutes of Obra Dinn during our recent charity livestream. I have been thinking about it a lot. I really enjoyed this game. I think during the charity stream I might turn the volume down for a second. I minimized it instead. Awesome. Back. Yeah, I think during the live stream, initially I was quite overwhelmed by this game. It's not what I had expected it to be. There were a lot of moving parts. There were a lot of kind of nested fates. Yeah, it was super cool. But yeah, I've been thinking about it a lot and I want to continue with it. So I think I'm going to do that. Obviously our charity event's finished now. We raised a lot of money. I've taken all the overlay stuff, paraphernalia off. I'm also hoping I've made a significant change to the quality. I discovered, sadly, that because I was using the default Twitch encoder settings in OBS, it was doing variable bitrate. As far as I can tell, it was doing variable bitrate. And so whenever I got to scenes like this one you're looking at here, where the graphics are very simple, it would drop that bitrate right down, and my webcam feed in the corner would suffer for it, which is a bit of a shame. I don't have a master recording in that first one, and I do kind of want to take the first part and then all these subsequent parts, I don't know how many it'll take, and make a single like let's play of it. But sadly, the webcam quality isn't great. I'm hoping I've fixed it. I'm hoping I've got this set now to constant bitrate, and that won't happen, but we will find out. So let's play some Obra Dinn. I've only got an hour to play today. I'm playing in my lunch break. That's how much I've been thinking about this game. So yeah, I'm going to play for an hour and we'll see how we go. I don't actually have any idea how much is left of this game. I got a little stuck at the end of the previous session. I was finding it difficult to make progress. A big part of that was because I was struggling to find names and things like this. I kind of got it in my head that I shouldn't have had to deal with guessing anything, because like there were three Russians, right? And I managed to get, oh, rain's coming through. That's cool. I don't think it was doing that before. I think we had rain before. No, we definitely haven't had rain before. Nice. Yeah, there are three Russians, and I think I managed to get one of the Russians. I'm just looking at Twitch just now, my Twitch preview, and I think it's still doing the crunchy webcam stuff, which sucks. It might just be Twitch's compression at that point. So yeah, it might just be one of these things that you have to look at a pixely version of my face. I'm sorry. Yeah, three Russians. I ended up guessing one of them and got it right. I think that started my kind of, not disillusionment, but it just bummed me out quite a bit. But I realized watching back, so I watched, I've been watching my own video to see if I missed anything, to see what I maybe should have realized, and I think I missed quite a few things. One thing I missed is these maps have names here. It's like, this is one thing I didn't consider. This room that we're going into right now is for midshipmen. Now, that wounded guy came back in here. Maybe he came in here because it was his room, or maybe he came in here because he was just trying to escape. I don't know, but in some cases I'm guessing we can guess who people are by the rooms they're in. The main thing that jumped out at me that I missed He's from this replay. I'm gonna mute and eat.
Oh no, you're cut.
Don't leave me.
Bear up, son. I'll stay with you.
Tell Pete's mother I tried my best
Aye,
to pull him back, to save him.
you tell her yourself. Brennan, bring the surgeon's kit.
Mutiny sounded like mutiny, yeah. Yeah, appropriate. Okay, so this guy, we know in the other memory, came down the stairs, came in to rescue him. So let's look at this guy. In this picture... Oh, did I mess up? Maybe I didn't miss this. Maybe I'm being stupid. So what I was gonna say is that he's Scottish and in the picture he's got a hat, because in watching back the playthrough, he's obviously got a hat, so he's obviously a mate, you know, he's obviously a ranking person. So what I was going to do was say, okay, so who in the crew in the mates is Scottish? And it should have been fairly obvious that he was him, but I've already got that. And I think I've already got that because he's the brother of Abigail. Oscar. Yeah, that's why I got that. But interestingly, now let's have a look at Brennan. So he's talking to this guy. Brennan. We already guessed who he was. And did we guess who he was because he's probably talking to this guy here? Or did I say that he was Brennan? Because if I said that he's Brennan, that's wrong, right? That's wrong. I'm struggling to remember the controls. He's not Brennan. That can't be right, because he says, Brennan, bring the surgeon's kit. But he's shouting to somebody called Brennan. So it's not him. He's not Brennan. But Brennan might be this person he's shouting to. It's more likely to be him, I think. I was thinking about this because partially he's listening, and partially they've obviously come down the stairs together to deal with this. I lost him there. I've said he was Duncan McKay Purser. That was definitely a guess, and I don't think it's correct. I'm going to say that he's Henry Brennan. Now that might line up because... yeah, we'll see. The way it'll work, if you don't remember from the first playthrough, is if I get 3 of them correct, it will mark me as having 3 correct. So he's fully filled in. This guy right now is pretty interesting. I don't know why I've written on an officer. He says, tell Pete's mother that I tried to pull him back. So I wonder if we can see him in a memory. During the attack. That would be on the main deck. Is there somebody being pulled over the edge during the Kraken attack and he's involved in it? It's going to be either that one or this one. So he's the body that's upstairs. Both of them are on the gun deck. So we go up to the gun deck. Not the gun deck, the main deck. So we go upstairs. And yes, the other thing I want to do is I want to go into some of the older memories and look at some of these rooms and see if I can see in a memory a person sitting in a room. Because if I can see them in a room, in a memory, it stands to reason that that's probably their room, and therefore we can work out who they are. One thing I was wondering for that... No, never mind. I was going to say the two women, but I don't... They're just passengers, I think. Oh, this is the wrong guy. Wrong guy. The wrong memory. Ralphine 1, you can't open doors in memories. No, that's true. I didn't mean per se that I was going to try and go through the doors. I meant in some of the memories I might see somebody in a room that's got an open door or coming through a door or something like this. My webcam's still pixeling out because of the Twitch compression on this. Very annoying. Sorry about that. Yeah, like if a cabin door is open, and it's one of the, like for example, these ones. If I can see somebody sitting in one of those rooms in a memory because the door's open or the memory takes place around it, then, you know, we can probably guess that they are these people. We know the bosun and the bosun's mate, so that's fine. We got the carpenters that way. Right, so we need the person that's been exploded, which is almost certainly this guy. We don't need to. Okay, so what I want to do then is I'm looking for this guy. So this is the guy that ends up getting stabbed. And he says, "Tell Pete's mum I tried to pull him back." Now he's holding a rope here, is he? Or is he tangled up in a rope? Because there's a guy up here who's... So I don't quite understand what happened with the explosives. I should have listened to the sound after all. They obviously tried to blow up this Kraken with a charge by like giving it a charge of powder or something that had a fuse on it, but he ended up there and blew up. Now, he is holding this rope, and this rope may or may not be attached to him. So arguably he could be saying that he was trying to pull him back from that explosion. But this guy could be Pete. Let's mark him as Pete right now. Was it Pete or was it Paul? Pete, right? Oh no. Peter. Okay, maybe, maybe not. The other option is it's from... Where is he? This memory. See, he's somewhere in this memory as well. Somewhere. Oh. Is he there? No. This is what... That's one of the mates. And I don't know which. That's him there. He doesn't appear to be trying to grab anyone here. I mean, where else would he be pulling somebody back from? Not going to be any of those. If memory serves, he comes up from the bottom, overhears the people talking about mutiny. They catch him. Must be this one here. They club him. Then the person that they nab him, they knife him. Then the person that knifes him gets shot there. And the person that shot him gets clubbed there. And he's bleeding out and dies there. So could he be pulling somebody back in this scene? No, because in this scene he's already been stabbed, right? He's been stabbed around here. So he's got no opportunity to do anything there. That's an escape. So what's the order? So we don't know what happens in Bargain. He could be pulling somebody back in Bargain. It's got to be Doom or Soldiers in the Sea. Is he in Soldiers in the Sea? Yes. But when you say you pull them back, I don't believe he's talking about pulling somebody back from these beasts or anything. I think he's talking about pulling them back from going over the edge of the ship, which would be the Kraken attack. Or the explosion. Alright, okay. So let's go back to square one then. We need to see the first appearance of this guy. First appearance is in the cow getting slaughtered. Then getting spiked by the terrible beast. Which is wrong. This is wrong. I was watching back part one of this playthrough, the charity stream, and I just kept having ideas, and I think none of the ideas are going to come into, like, I'm not sure I'm going to achieve any of them. But let's see. So I think this is the guy that I thought was the chef. Meeting.
What's your foot in?
Hey there, what's this? Give him to me and I can fry us a solid meal, boys.
Careful now. Take it slow.
What's it, gentlemen? There's a free shell here. Let's have a look.
No, get back.
I don't really know how to describe what's happening here. Like, so this is one of these sea beasts with a spiky tail, and it looks like it's just kind of spiked him, slashed him. But somebody in the chat last time said that Lucas Pope had said there was, because there was ambiguity in the language, you just have to get kind of close. I feel like that is close, but it's maybe we just don't have 3. These guys are obviously stewards, right? Let's take this opportunity to have a look at the map. See where we are. We're here. There are named things here. Oh wait. What? Is this actually reflecting this? Yeah, okay. Just weird that it says the body's here, but I guess that's... I mean, that's... Oh, it's because I'm still looking at the memories of the other guy. Never mind. Can I clear that from here? No. Can we access any of the rooms in this memory? No. This guy I really wonder about. No, it's not that guy. Here's our stabbed guy. And he's definitely not pulling this guy back, so that's not what we're talking about. Okay, there's very little to go on here. Reasons I thought this guy was the cook. He jokes about frying them up a solid meal. He has a big fork. He appears to have... That's maybe just shadow. I was going to say he appears to have an apron on. He does appear to have an apron on. But I think he is the cook. I'm going to say he's the cook. We can get upstairs, up here. Oh, I don't know. Did we ever come up here? During this memory? Maybe not. So this is the point where Nichols? We seen these memories? We must have done, right? Yeah, we have, because this is where they're standing and they both get spiked. And we couldn't work out where he was, I think. That's the captain. Yeah, we've seen this. Because Nichols comes along. He gets shot by one of the Formosans. They bring him on board. They put his body here. They bring the rest of the stuff on. They've got one of those monsters in that net. It then attacks guy I'm saying is the cook. This should be them standing on deck and getting spiked by the thing in the net.
What the hell is going on? What do you know about these things? About the chest and your dead friends?
这是什么？归来，全部供出来，拢是恁害啦！迄个害人较对人无过好，是谁人滚死的啊？He talk about a shell, very dangerous.
Shell? What shell?
Ah. So when I first looked at this, I was saying that I couldn't find 2 bodies and I didn't understand why. Or couldn't see that 2 of them were getting shot. It's just gone through both of them. So this guy. He also got spiked by a terrible beast. One mystery that hi Gordon. One mystery that hit me going back was go all the way back. Yeah. Who's this? One thing I didn't think to do in my last playthrough was see if he's listed on the crew. So he points out that he knows what happens in this chapter. Now, is there a Henry Evans in the crew? Bang. Surgeon. Is that right? Henry Evans. Henry Evans is the surgeon. Now, this is interesting for two reasons. And this is kind of what I expected. Bear with me. Take me a second to get my thoughts in order. I can't actually see him. Surgeon. He is alive. In Morocco. Okay. Thank you. Well, that was embarrassing. Okay, who did we get correct? Good. Good, I got Peter right, so he was pulling him back from the explosion. And he is Henry Brennan. Okay, good. But what we didn't get correct there was the chef. So the cook is definitely wrong, or I've got his cause of death wrong. Either that or I had no, that's true. Okay, so there should be a mystery from escape. Because 4 people escaped on the sailboat. Now, do we assume they're all alive in Morocco? Alive in Africa. There are only 2 women passengers. And I don't like to do it, but we can just guess that. Emily Jackson. And Miss Jane Bird. Is it weird that she's referred to as Miss and she's just referred to by name? Could that be indicative of their age? Because she's young, she's a Miss. She does look maybe younger than her. So there's a guess. Now, those could both be correct, but we just had a triplet. We just had a 3. That might only be 2. Now, this guy we don't know anything about. We can say that we think he's alive in Africa. This is a stretch. But we can't say anything about him. Let's bookmark his memories and have a look. It said he's in 6 memories. These are kind of sporadic. They don't connect to each other. It's interesting that he's in this one. Would he just be standing around, do you think? So these two are both... That's the chef. The guy I'm saying is the chef, who may well not be the chef, getting carried downstairs. This one is them being attacked by the... What do we call them? The crab's ghoul. This is the early part of the Doom where the artist is being killed by the Kraken, but otherwise there's nothing going on. So maybe we should go and look at that. Are we in a memory? No. I wish there was an easy way to bring up, like a fast way to bring up the map. I get turned around a lot. Like I can never remember which way is the bow and which way is the stern. That's the back, because that's storage. So do we have to go up a deck to get to where the artist was? There he is. A wonderful way to fix the camera stuff would have been to drag my game window smaller, put some kind of like gradient background, and then make my webcam a little bit bigger to try and handle the Twitch compression stuff. Right, so apparently our mystery man is here. Is it him? I mean, I've already forgotten where he is on the map. Interestingly, this guy is... Does that tell us anything that he's got utensils? Is he just eating or is he preparing? This is an area where we've got food things. What do they look like? I said he was Paul Moss. Is that correct? Yes, okay. Never mind. He's unimportant. It makes sense that he'd be getting food if he's a steward. That's another steward. And if we knew who he was, he's my big mystery. I would have said, I mean, we've only got 2 mates left, right? Right, so of the things that I've set, the people being alive, we know that the people, sorry. This game does this to you. The women's names might be transposed, so we're playing a bit of a guessing game here, but I do feel like maybe the game needs you to do a little bit of that. How do we, what's the best way to do this? It's the escape. So if I switch these two around and say that she's actually Miss Jane Bird and she is Emily Jackson. And then I say that this guy is third mate. No, so not doing very well with the controls in this game. Another option is he's neither of these and he's something like the purser, but he's definitely got a steward. And his steward is definitely an Englishman. Well, as in he's not Indian or Chinese. I think those are the other options. So he can't be the second mate because we know who the second mate is. And we can probably work out who that guy is by going into the... You don't have a fate. The hat guy. Oh. Do I not? Is this because I'm looking at him in the book and not actually... I'm misremembering how this works. You not set a fate in here directly, you have to set a fate in the... Sorry, I'm a little rusty because it's been like 3 days or something, right? So, okay, let's change again. Let's have a look at his memories because he's a mystery to me. He seems like he should be obvious. Ralphie, I assume, have you turned up in the stream just by browsing by games being played, or do you know me or something? Either way, have you played this game to completion? That's cool. Good. I worry about playing this and spoiling people. We did a on the weekend just past, we did a big charity fundraising stream, and I played a couple of games, and this is one of the games I played for this charity live stream, and I've just been thinking about it constantly since. So I wanted to do another little stream and try and make a little bit more progress. So that's what I'm doing today. So yes, first memory. First memory is the surgeon's room. Now, let's go and see where he is on this. So this is the corpse. This is the corpse that's being carried down the stairs, I think. So let's go out of this memory. Yeah, it is. I really didn't know what to expect when I came into it, and I was definitely flustered playing through it. But in a good way, and I remember, so like years ago, I really burned out on video games. I guess because being at the time kind of loosely affiliated to the games industry, I was talking to lots of games industry people. I was doing lots of games tangentially related stuff, and I kind of burned out a little bit. And I wasn't enjoying any games. It was one of those periods where just, you know, starting up the PC and looking at your Steam library was just stressful, and yeah, I had burned out on games. And then I played the Banner Saga, and it was interesting because I had somehow missed the Kickstarter for the Banner Saga, even though it was exactly the kind of game that I like. I played it and I loved it, and it was a real moment of joy, as I remembered that, you know, this is what games can be. Yeah, when you experience something a little different, and I don't know, there's a huge amount of joy in a different type of game, and yeah, I'm feeling that with this again, and I really like. I read something with Lucas Pope saying, he said something along the lines of, Papers, Please making enough money that he could experiment and do something and not care completely about whether or not it made him profit. So he did this, and I really like this. So I'm really pleased. Yeah. Anyway. Right, so he's in this memory, and he's talking directly to the surgeon. And they are in the surgery. Let's replay it and listen to his voice. I'd like to be able to quickly replay the sound of a memory while you're in the memory, but I mean,
Well? Same as the other fellow. Some lung disease, non-consumption. Made worse by the cold.
Will it spread?
If so, we'd all have it. They must have picked it up at the Alaska house. I checked all hands just now, and everyone is healthy.
And him? What are his chances?
I gave him some laudanum. We'll see.
just a kind of very generic English accent. And they're obviously both English. So he doesn't... We can't give him a fate. Is this right? Am I getting this right? There's a last memory for him, but there's no death for him. So in theory, he must be somebody who something happens to in the bargain, because if it's not that, it would be one of the chapters would have, you know, the bit at the end, the disappearances bit, and he's not in any of these disappearances. So something must happen to him in this, so we can't identify him. Okay, fine. I'll move on from him. First mate, second mate, fourth. Well, we don't know who the fourth mate is, but where's the other hat? Am I being silly? He might. This guy. He's got a fate. Go back to my original thoughts of their names based on that. Now that is incorrect, isn't it? Because this is the guy who I at some point said that he was the purser, but he's not the purser. He is Brennan. Emily Jackson wears a ring, you just said. That's really interesting to me. There's a big thing that's been happening in this game where at this stage, I don't feel like at this stage, I don't feel like I'm doing it right. Because I'm not paying attention to enough detail. So Emily Jackson wears a ring, meaning that she's a Mrs. and therefore not a Miss. That's the point you're making, right? And so if I could go to a memory where I can see her hands, I would see that. Does make sense. I don't know what memory I see them in other than ring is visible in 2 memories. Of course. Now, I'm going to chase that up because that's really interesting. I'd like to see it. It's really smart. I made the connection with the missing miss and just kind of thought about age because, of course, I wasn't thinking about marital status because, you know, how would you work that out? The answer is a ring. Of course it is. Now we can see one of them here. Yep, there you go. Brilliant. Thank you. Which makes me think. Let's look at the crew manifest here. Who else would have something about them that would be obvious? Oh. So we can assume he's this guy's a third mate then. Which means that I'm pretty certain we're the stewards. I'm pretty certain the third mate steward is this guy. Because there's one where they're walking along together. Now that might be wrong. But I don't want to go back to that memory to find that. I'm just marking it down for my own brain. Yeah, looking at, there would be indicative things about a lot of these people. I actually got quite a lot of them. That's not ticked. I'm still kind of, this is still really bothering me because I was convinced this guy was the cook, but maybe he's actually a steward who would also do some cooking. Because he appeared to have an apron on. The gunner's mate I should be able to find by just following around the gunner. Purser, I still don't really know what the purser would look like. He would be in more formal dress, I would assume. He's bound to have some money. Oh, that guy got glasses on. That could be the purser. Is it just me? It kind of looks like that's a suggestion that there might be glasses. Not that that means anything. It might be him. Can I zoom in on this person? Oh, can you not? Oh, right, because this is selecting. You can only select people that you haven't named yet. Is that right? I don't know. Let's continue on. The helmsman you'd think we'd find at the wheel, at least in one memory. This one's bothering me. And Ralphine, if you're around, help me with this one. Don't spoil it, but just tell me if I'm on the wrong track. So this is the Formosan who's executed. And in fact, you can, it's this Formosan here. So they're tied up with a bag on their head and then shot by these 4 men. Now I've confirmed 2 people from this list. And I've set them. I've set their fate as being killed by those people. And it hasn't accepted it. I wanted there to be a death choice that was like executed, but there isn't one. So am I on the wrong track here? I mean, who do I say shot them? Because you say shot, gun, you've got to pick a person. I tried for an enemy, just to be generic. I tried the gunner who's kind of ordering it. It didn't work. And I tried the two people whose names I know, who were in the firing line, and none of those worked. I mean, I didn't try the captain, who arguably you could blame. But it's got to be shot, right? And it's got to be gun. Yeah, so look. In this line of 4 people, there are 4 people shooting. This one I haven't identified. I don't know who that is. This one is definitely John Naples. This one I haven't identified. And this one is definitely Henry Brennan. And just the beginning of this, I had him set as shot by John Naples. Whose name I can't see now. Naples. Or maybe it's just, maybe it would set it now, but that's definitely what it was at before and it didn't work. I don't understand why. Okay, I want to go through this guy's memories. Where's the gunner? Here. 6 memories. Bookmark memories. First memory. On the main deck. So that's during the execution. Right, let's go and look at that. That was bothering me significantly during the charity stream. I kept coming back to that, being like, what is this thing? And I wonder if it's just supposed to be like a lighthouse in the distance or something. I really don't know, but okay. Yeah, let's go to this memory. Ding ding. Alright, so the this is the gunner. Oops. Right, that's the gunner. So the gunner's mate would be... You'd think the gunner's mate would be with him. Is that Nichols? Davies. Do you think that's Davies' steward?
Mr. Wolf, when you are ready. Right, sir. Ready, men.
You can kind of guess that if I just solved a mystery for myself. Yes. You do know what it is. I do know what it is. I mean, is it just the plate? Is it just... Right. Let me get back on track. I'll come back to that. Yeah, I know you did. You mean the shiny thing in the sea. I do know what it is. I mean, I don't. You mean I should. I thought it was... See, I can't remember what is said at the very beginning of the game. The boatman says something like, not many people will take you out here. So I wondered if we were off the coast. I don't actually know where we are. Don't want to get too distracted. I really need to do the thing that... I mean, I don't know where we are right now. Are we in Britain? Yes. Because we got the letter. Yes, we're... I don't know. Anyway, Nichols, this is a guy who kind of escapes and causes all the nonsense with the shells and the things. This is his steward, who I believe, if we look at the memories he's in, he's the other guy on the other boat. There's the two boats, and I said at the time, why is this non-officer kind of helming the other boat? And it's because he is Nichols' steward. Nichols is the second mate, so he is Samuel Galligan. I did note that he looked Irish and had an Irish accent or something. And I did mark him as an Irish person, but it wasn't him. That, I bet, is correct. And while we're on that subject, let's double check. This is the mate that we decided. He's the guy I said was the third mate steward. That should also be correct. So that means I'm pretty certain that this fourth mate and this is likely the fourth mate's steward. Let's see. Davy James. Something in that lot's wrong. Because I didn't get fates, but that's okay. Let's stick to it. Probably that one. I think we're going to glean anything else. Now, here he is again with his fork. And his apron. Who's he? Is this the... That's the butcher, and that's correct. He's got to be the cook then, right? Unless there's a... Is there a butcher's mate? No. He's got to be Thomas Sefton. Got to be. So why is this not correct? Who did I get? Finally. Finally. Right, good. I was convinced that was true. And that's true. So the second mate steward isn't correct, or the way that he was killed isn't correct? That's an interesting one. Let's think. So the memory of his death... Where's the exit? So his death... Lost him. The Calling Part 3. Accessible only through another corpse. That's a real painful one to get to. So in his memory, they're on the two boats, and I think his name's Peng or Bang. He's be this one. He's looks like he's kind of strangling him. Right, so we need to go back to not his death, not her death. Maybe I'm getting this wrong. I got about 15 minutes and then I need to go 10 minutes maybe. Yeah, so, oh no, it's before this one as well. Yeah, here. O'Hagan, you still breathing, can you row? Is it this guy do you think is O'Hagan, or do you think it's that guy? Is he O'Hagan? Maybe? Or is he O'Hagan over here? He could be O'Hagan. Logic was that it's him talking because he says, "Nichols, sir, shoot them." But who would he be speaking to saying, "Can you row"? Would he be speaking to the guy on his own boat or the guy over there? Now, he's obviously more alive than him, but he would have been standing up. Whereas he says, it's done that thing again. On the wrong memory. You still breathing? Can you row? So you would say, are you still breathing as a result of somebody being injured? So I'm going to say this guy is O'Hagan. He's been speared, okay. But this is his death. Right, because this is, his final memory is the Calling Part 3. Which is what we're on right now. So he's dying here. How is he being killed? What's this guy doing to him? Is he stabbing him? Yes. He's stabbing him in the neck. So that'll be why he's so bad at the controls in this game. He was stabbed. Knifed. Stabbed by him. That's what's happening there, right? He's got a knife in his neck. Yeah. He's been knifed. Okay. We're getting there, I think. Now, I said I'd come back to it. So come back to the shiny thing. You're saying I do know what it is. I don't know what it is. Not a lighthouse. You've seen it before. Seen it before. I mean, did I literally just see it in the memory there where Peng appears to be like striking down the creatures using some kind of like energy blast from that box with the shell in it. That's the only particle effect I can think of. I don't know. Right, we were looking for the gunner's mate, weren't we? So we were looking for... Oops. We were looking for memories. The gunner. We did the first memory. Didn't see him in that. So we'll look at the second memory. In the chest and in the sea with the mermaids. There's a memory where I can actually see the chest with the shell in it. What am I doing? This memory is the cook again. Memory. Okay, so where's the gunner?
What's your foot in?
Hey there, what's this? Give him to me and I can fry us a solid meal, boys.
Careful now.
That's the fourth mate steward. And that's the third mate steward.
What's it, gentlemen? It's a pretty shell here. Listen,
Where's the gunner?
No, get back.
Is that not marked off? It says the gunner's in this scene. Why can't I find him? Oh, is he upstairs? Can I get upstairs? Yes. One of these two is the gunner. We don't know who he is. Is he the gunner's steward? Did the gunner's steward have a hat? Or is he maybe the purser? Yeah, you're right. That's when you see the chest with the... Yeah. I might go and look at that in a minute, actually. Would he be the gunner's steward? Or is he the purser? He's got a gun. He looks like a policeman. But let's say that he's the gunner's mate. It said steward, but... Standing next to the gunner in that scene as well. Alright. Shot with a gun by an unknown attacker. In the escape part 4. Okay. Nicholas murdering the Italian guy is downstairs. Right, because it's in the actual basement. Isn't it down here? Not that guy, is it? Is it this guy? No, that's the missing leg. No, that's just the guy getting crushed. It's through Hawk saying Lau's death. Okay. Okay, that's maybe a bit of a hassle to get to. On the top deck? Oh, moved. Okay, the body was moved. Where's that Hawk Sang Lau's body? No, okay.
Hello?
Yeah.
Who is there?
Yeah, so he's saying it's a shell like that. It's the same kind of particle effect.
Is that you? What
Alright.
are you doing down here?
I did recognize that there was something like that, but... okay. Doesn't really explain the circumstance of why it's just out at sea. Unless they chuck the box overboard and it's just kind of floating or something. Anyway, or it's on a boat that's over there. What was I trying to achieve? Yeah, I've only got 5 minutes. Crew manifest. That might be correct. This one, the purser is still a bit of an unknown. I still think it was maybe him, but we don't know what happened to him. Disappeared in the Doom. Now, that was an interesting one to me because quite a few people, you know, disappeared in the Doom. So, I mean, do we just say that all of them got torn apart by a terrible beast? Or do we say that they got drowned? Or, I mean, we don't know, right? Just, we don't have any idea. It's also weird to me that there's an unknown top man. Right. I'm not going to accomplish anything else. And I need to get back to work. So I'm going to end this stream here. I think that was a lot done there. I'm going to end the stream. I'm going to try and do some more as soon as I can. I want to finish this, but I'm going to do my best to finish this game on stream and then take all the various parts and munge them together as a kind of let's play type thing. So yeah, thanks for watching. I'm gonna head off now. Ralphine, thanks for the help. I really appreciate it. This isn't my Twitch account that you're watching right now. This is the Twitch account for the charity thing we did. I'm gonna keep streaming on this until it's done. Thanks, folks. And let's see. Guess I'll change it to this.